Hello everyone and welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing Detroit Become Human. I played this game not too long ago, I replayed it not too long ago and got a different ending. But this game is coming out on PC pretty soon, and I thought I should come out with a quick little review to let people know what they're getting themselves into. I would say this game is probably the most decisive game of last year uh, for its lack thereof gameplay per se. Uh, and also, I think this game is really good at, well, I'll get to why, but I think this game is a game that if it's not $60, it'll be worth it. And I'll explain why and what the game is here now. Uh, I would say, I'm going to spoil a little bit of the beginning of the plot. You play as three characters. This is a David Cage game, which I played Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, the previous two David Cage games. This is his best work per se in this type of genre game where it's basically an interactive movie with a bunch of quick time events and also stop time events where if you don't press a button during an action scene just stops until you do. Very simple things, and you're in a little bit of a futuristic world where AIs have essentially just now started walking around and doing things like being garbage men and shit like that. You know, cleaning houses and stuff like that. Anyway, you play as these three AI characters. One being Kara, a woman AI that is kind of like an older. Well, she's put in a situation early on where with a younger woman and a abusive older father, alcoholic it seems, and you kind of have to go through this emotional uh, roller coaster of an adventure, kind of just going about the world as a trying to survive as an AI. You know, feeling the because AIs don't have rights in this world. You know, it's very they touch on all the little uh, civil rights acts that back in the day. Like there's back of the bus moments with the AIs. There's shit. They got some Auschwitz Holocaust moments in there, which you get different because this game is based on decision making along with the quick time events. So if you make a decision one way, you go down one path, and there's like 6 or 7 paths per character, right? Like my brother didn't even see the Holocaust part, but I did. You know, which I'll get back to that later. Your second character you play as, everyone's really favorite. Kara was my least favorite, which is why I didn't get to. But not to say that she wasn't bad, but her story was actually one of the more uh, kind of like whoa moments in her story. But I didn't really connect with Kara. I connected with her story, but didn't connect with Kara too much. Um, I don't know. It was still really good. The characters in her story alone are good, and she just goes through completely different adventure. I feel like than the other two characters. Marcus, which has like his origin story in the beginning with as painter's a painter's like handyman. You know, he helps him out, this guy in a wheelchair in the beginning, but ends up starting to lead a rebellion of AIs and changing AIs, and you kind of choose how you want to lead this rebellion and go throughout things. Um, and then thirdly, your third character, which is everyone's favorite, is Connor, the detective AI hired to track down the rebellion AIs and stop them from being more rebellious and organizing and stuff like that. Connor is also the side partner to Mr. Krabs, or Hank in this game, but voiced by the same guy who does Mr. Krabs' voice. And they're by far the best dynamic duo in the game. Every reviewer will say that they could have just made a game out of these two guys solving things together, and it would have been hilarious. But I actually really do like Marcus as well. I liked his rebellion story, and eventually everyone's stories kind of come together. Kara's really didn't come together with the other two guys that much for me. That's the thing with this game. You can kind of get sour endings or sour experiences with one or two characters because your main characters can just die if you mess up a certain quick time event or if you make the wrong decision. I mean, yeah, you can cheese load it and go back, which is really helpful later on if you want to see every ending. You can pick where you want to start off and everything. But you know, the first experience should be, you know, you play all the way through till the end and deal with your consequences and your actions. and I think my Kara ending wasn't the greatest. My brother had a really good Kara experience and ending, and I got to see a whole different thing I didn't even get to. But my Connor and Marcus experience was way better than my brother's, in my opinion, and it was good. Overall, all three characters generate a lot of emotion, feeling. Quick time events feel like they matter, all that. But that's all there is. You know, there's no actual gameplay. You don't aim a gun and shoot. You don't do anything. You solve kind of some detective mysteries, but they're really easy. This game is not really a game for that many gamers. It's really artsy. It looks great. You know, stop and smell the roses type of player. Maybe if you have like an older dad, like your dad or your mom wants to play a game, this is a really easy game to let them easily play and try. You know, like the Telltale games, but this is even a little bit more advanced than that. With really good characters, really acted well, written pretty well. It was good. I really enjoyed this game overall. Back in the day, I would have actually definitely gave this game an 8 out of 10. But looking at it now, I would easily say it's a 7, a strong 7. Sorry, I got a little chest pains or whatever. But yeah, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10. That's my final verdict for this game. For what I liked, you know, it just had a great story. Oh, what I didn't like, which really threw me off, I mean, there's a lot of lack of gameplay, but the ending, no matter what your ending is, your good ending, like I had a really good ending, it just didn't really feel like it paid off. Yeah, you know, I had a really good ending, and it didn't feel like it paid off. I didn't see it carried out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ended maybe too short, but I wouldn't even say that because I wouldn't want more of the same, you know, quick time events. But it just, not a great ending to me. Everything else was great, though, story-wise and everything. Just not a lot of gameplay, maybe too many quick time events at some parts, or stop time events. They use the Holocaust and basically racism and civil act movements, but I thought that was okay at some parts. Like, I was in the, basically you end up, one of your characters ends up being in line to be sent off to be burned, like in an Auschwitz line, like, you know what I'm saying? This is terrible. But it ended up, like, in that line, it had some really intense moments to where I had to try to get to another character and use some old characters from my past to help me distract some guards. It had really cool elements to it, though it was just kind of a ripoff of past historical horrible things that have happened, and same with just overall racism. But I wouldn't read that much into it. I don't know if it was. I don't think the writers did that with ill intent or anything. I think it was just laziness of world building in a sense. But the world is pretty cool as it is. I think it's a pass. It's fine. Just make sure you have morals when you play the game, and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I'd say that this is all I got for now. I would say pick this game up for $40 or less. If you know what you're getting yourself into and you like it, $40 or less, maybe 20, 35, or 20 or 30 if besides that. But the $60 price it came out with was not good. But that's why I review games later in life. Perfect example of why I review games late in their life. Yeah, so I gave it a 7. That's my actual final verdict, 7 out of 10. Not bad at all. Just a really good movie, basically interactive movie. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.